Morning and welcome to Three Dudes and a Lady. Join us for a little inspiration, a little motivation, and perhaps a way to start your day. I'm Mike Jones from the Commonwealth of Virginia, and my gratitude this morning is really for my thirst and accumulation of sometimes useless knowledge, but constantly learning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Earl Rule. I am residing in the wonderful state of North Carolina, where it's a rainy day, but it could be a blessing because we do need the rain. And my gratitude for the day is what we learn on this platform. I mean, there's never a good day, never a day where you can go without learning about something about yourself or others. So I'm very grateful for that.
Good morning. My name's Jay Anderson from the wild, wonderful state of West Virginia. And I do say wild and wonderful because that's what it is. My gratitude for the day is Jay Shetty. This man is fire.
Man is fire, right? Hey guys, I'm Christine Wright, hailing out of the great state of Florida. My gratitude for the day is my oldest turns 21 today. Cannot believe she's 21. Holy cow. And she's such an adult that she's working a 12-hour shift today that she chose to work. So she's working at a festival. So good for her. Super proud of her. So today, Jay Shetty talked about Vantage Point, right? You remember as a kid, you talked about like when we were students and all of a sudden you would be out and about and you'd see a teacher outside of being a teacher, right? Outside of the school. And you thought it was like amazing. You were like, I see my teacher outside of work, right? Because we had a different perspective. We thought that that's the only place they were, it was at school, right? But sometimes our perspective may be more narrow than we actually realize. He talked about an ancient Indian folktale where a circus person like blindfolded all of his team members and they had to go and try to figure out what this item was and they picked all this stuff, right? But it actually ended up being an elephant, but no one picked the elephant, right? Everybody was blindfolded and then had to touch a certain part of the elephant to figure out what it was. Well, none of them got it, right? We think we know everything there is to know about everything, right? But our perspective is always limited to us, right? We need to be excited about this because it is more fun to realize that there is so much more to learn on a daily basis, right? We need to begin with a beginner's mind. And I know we talk about perspective a lot on this platform. It seems like, especially in the last couple of months, we've talked about perspective a lot because like my perspective may be different than Earl's perspective, right? About some topic, or maybe Earl knows more about a topic than I do, right? So we can all always learn from something, right? And maybe we go back when we were kids and have like a beginner's mind where we're always learning, right? Trying to figure out something in life. What do you guys' takeaway with this one? Anybody?
Um, well, I'll start it out with it. Uh, I think there are days that some of us, even though it's a good thing to learn about others, and if we craft in something special and people come to us asking for questions or answers, and we may have the answer that they're looking for, it's great to share. But also, I'm curious to know how many people out there are willing to embrace what they have with their specialties, and share around their group of people because others kind of they kind of lay back in the shadow. They don't want to associate like that. Others are like, yeah, I'm willing to share my ideas. So I don't think any two people are alike on that.
No, definitely not.
No.
Especially when it comes to sharing ideas, some people may be feeling like they're going to be judged for their idea, or maybe their idea is not perfect yet, so they don't want to share it yet. Um,
And,
but bringing it out into the world is going to give you perspective because somebody may be able to help you with that, right? Like they may have a completely different perspective that we didn't think about.
and I think sometimes people's egos get in the way of that too.
Good point. Yes, ego is, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Earl, you just stole my thunder because that word was in my next conversation.
Can I just interject something real quick? I was just
Absolutely.
came back from a 3-day conference, and the book "Ego is the Enemy" was mentioned at least 4 times.
It's a hard book to read.
It
Hard.
is a hard book to read,
It's
but
a hard book to read, but it's an important book to read.
It is, but it is
I'm
extremely like be prepared before you start reading this book that it may take you longer and you may not even understand half of it.
really,
You
I'm
know,
sorry,
it is an extremely
Jen.
hard book. I read it once and so did Mike, and both of us were like, it was a hard read.
But Christine, I think one thing, and I know Jay's going to speak on this. Some people have a hard time realizing they have to get through reading the hard book, the hard chapter of what it is that they're going through to get to having the answers that they're looking for, but they have a hard time accepting that, and that becomes a problem um, with how people perceive that. So, Jay, I'll let you take over on that one.
Well, let's keep going this line you just said because it's not that they have a hard time accepting it;
Hmm.
they have a hard time acknowledging it.
Exactly, that's the word I was looking for.
So,
That
my here
Perspective.
exactly. So here's my question: if it is that you have a large ego, can you begin with a beginner's mind?
See, that's where people have that trouble. Some people have that trouble.
You have to be humble.
They have to be humble.
Humble. Good word. Good word. I'm writing
I
that
think you
down.
can because I don't think your ego is the same in every situation.
It's not. So you might be correct in that. But if you are ego driven, okay, and I guess I need to be careful on this because this is going to go straight into what Mike just said. Might not your ego might not be in that direction, but let's rephrase, a lot of ego driven people always think they're right at all times,
Yes, they do, at all costs.
at all costs. And they will spar verbally till they're blue in the face until the other side just says, to hell with this. I don't want to listen to this anymore. I,
I mean, I don't have the ego part, but I know somebody who does, who's close to me, and she is a mess. Like, I don't want to have a conversation with her because she is right at all costs.
so guys, full transparency, when I was in the car business, good Lord, I thought I knew everything. Man, you would have thought that I invented the wheel. So I'm telling you, you have a chance to get out of this because I am a witness. You guys can see me live now and understand that it's
They
important.
like rainy days because he can walk on water.
Yeah, right. That's it. Guys, I have the mindset of a beginner now. Uh, the last few years of my life have been a very trying time for me. And I keep trying to figure out the purpose, the meaning, and whys and all this. And I found, and I've said this a lot, I chalk it up as I'm learning a lot. Okay. And I'm telling you right now, it is the most humble that I have ever felt in my life. And here's the thing. I talk about how excited that I get when I get on this platform. The reason being is you three, along with Jay Shetty triggers the conversation, and then we follow suit. And it's such a learning experience for me. It's probably I'm not a morning person, and this is probably the happiest part of my day because it allows me to see everyone's angle. Like we discussed, we all have different views, and I enjoy seeing other views because of what this topic is. our perspective is very limited in scope. Always has been, always will be. It's hard to have an open mind 24/7 because part of and I hate to say ego, that's not the word that I want to use. Part of your own self-worth is that you feel like you know something. Maybe that's the best way to say it. You don't want to feel, I guess, dumb. And I hate to use that word because it's cheesy, but I still think that, you know, you have to have that you want to, that you do know something.
Here's a better word: ignorant.
Bingo.
Because you're ignorant about a topic, you're not, that's not a state of being. Like you, like dumb,
I
stupid.
don't know.
They're not the same. I
Right.
can be ignorant about quantum physics. I am ignorant.
So this is why I'm happy. I'm just telling you guys, this right here is a perfect example of this is why becoming humble has been one of the best things that's ever happened. Now, listen, I know I joke a lot in saying that I was very egotistical. I was not. I mean, I was, but not to the degree that I paint. Okay. Uh, I've always been a happy person. I've always been a fairly humble, but I needed humbled more. I needed humbled more. So if you think you're completely humbled, you're sadly mistaken because no one is. God was not even humble. He had to humble himself, and then he went out and spread the message and word to try to make sure that other people could become humble. It was not without a fight. So we have to fight for ourselves a lot of times on this. It is a mind over matter statement to a degree because you can sit there and say, well, no, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. Guys,
Even
it's not about being right. It's about being open-minded to listen and receive. Do you
and
have
think
the
about like this platform. Like we share perspective every single day on this platform, right? Every day for like the last 2 years. And
Mhm.
every single time one of us gets an aha moment, at least one of us, they're like, oh, I never even thought about it that way, right? Because we don't think about things in that manner. That's why this platform is so unique because like we're sharing perspectives about something that we just listened to together, right? We just listened to this video together. We all heard the same things, but we all have different meanings for those same things. Would you guys agree with that? Like,
Yeah.
1000%?
Yeah, 100%.
See, I said 1000% and Earl said 100%.
exactly, different perspective.
Same, same thing,
1%.
different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, that's why it's so powerful to almost, because a lot of us have become humble in this platform, right? Like all four of us, like I have definitely been humbled,
Mm,
more than once. And a lot of it's because
me
like
too.
yeah, because it's perspective, right? So we hear a different perspective about something that we thought was one way, and then we're like, oh, wait, I never thought about it like that, right?
Thinking about this from a historical standpoint, think about perspectives that people died for, were persecuted for. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the world is not flat. The earth does not rotate around, the sun does not rotate around the earth, rather. Uh, really aren't demons in the night.
Hmm. Yeah.
Apollo is not driving his chariot across the sky.
Those people don't think he is.
So folks, I I know you guys realize out there that we're not licensed therapists by any stretch of the imagination. But you know, the one thing that I'm proud of when we hear statements coming out of Mike Jones's mouth, generally speaking, they're a statement that packs a shit pile of meaning behind it. It's up to us to to be humbled and have that beginner's mindset to pick that apart because he throws those zingers out there for a reason. And it's because one, it's how his mind thinks. And two, he's wanting us to sit there and really think about that statement. He doesn't realize it, but he does because it is that powerful. That's the beauty behind us and this platform, listening to Jay Shetty through the app Calm on a daily basis. Please join us every morning.
And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of this content. And we invite you to please come back for more. And you may get something out of this because that's what we're here for. Have a great day.
Yes.
Peace, everyone.